Hi flosstube, welcome to my channel. My name is Stitch Too Far and this is, I don't know what number video of mine, but I thought I would give you a quick whip update and show you my stitchy spot today. It's Saturday, September 3rd I think. It's 3 in the afternoon. I've had a really good morning doing lots of stuff for housework, things like that, shopping, because internet was not working this morning for most of the Netherlands actually. So without internet you're lost, so you have nothing else to do but your housework. And I also thought I would start a new project today, so that's something I'll show you as well. Let's give you an update first of what I've been doing. I've been working on 5 projects in the last 2 weeks since I showed you previous updates, and I actually had a finish which I will show you first. I started the planet Pluto just before my 4th video, and I finished it a few days ago. So let me see how I can do this properly. Here it is. It's a planet design from an Etsy shop, Space Navit. I will link it below. It was really fun working on it. As you can see, I now have 2 planets on this fabric, and I'm planning to do 2 more on the bottom. Which ones I won't tell you, it's a surprise. Yeah, this was quite a quick stitch, even though there are still a lot of colors in this. I think something like 35-40 colors, but still it wasn't that confetti heavy, so it was pretty easy to do, and I'm really pleased with the results. When I was starting on this, I was working on this part, and I was looking at the colors thinking green, yellows, what am I stitching, cheese or a planet? But in the end I really like it. It really blends in well. So that was a finish. And then I worked on, let me think, I think I worked on Save the Stitches next. Yeah, I finished Save the Stitches. I think I showed you last time that I finished almost finished block 5, I'm not sure. But I did still have some metallic work to do, so that's what I did just for one day, I think. So here's the total picture of where I'm at the moment. This is block 5. So I'm getting ready to start block 6. And a close-up of block 5. So as I think I mentioned this before, I did at least mention it on Instagram, it was slow going for me, this block. This half was slow going for me, but this then was a lot quicker to stitch. I don't know why, maybe it's a pattern that I didn't figure out or something. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how it looks, and now that I've not touched it for a while, I'm ready to go at it again. So this might be the next one that I pick up. Okay, so that's that, and I also have to check and see what I've been doing. Yeah, I worked on the silver dragonfly, which when it's finished should look something like this. It's designed by Nora Corbett. And I actually did work on it also a couple of days this week. Here's where I'm at. And I'll give you a little bit of a close-up. It's really nice to see the difference that the backstitching makes on this project. I'm still bored by the big blocks, but I do like it still, so it'll take me a couple of days, I think, to finish this. I finished this whole wing, but I don't know if you noticed this, but sorry, let me move in closer. You see those holes here? That's where the beads are supposed to go, and I forgot to leave some. So I stitched over 2 or 3 parts where there should be beads, but I figured probably won't hurt, and I'm not going to rip out all that granite just for a bead. And I also noticed that I did bead this part already, but I forgot a bead on this side. There's supposed to be one at the end as well. And one thing I learned as well, this is the first time I've did some beading, and it's not smart to bead as you go, I'm finding out, because when I'm stitching, sometimes my thread gets caught behind the beads, which is annoying. So, lesson learned, I guess. But yeah, this is where I've gotten on this. It shouldn't be too long now. There's only 2 or 3 colors left to do, and then some back stitching. And then the final beading. So there's that. And then I guess I had 2 starts, because I don't think I showed you this already. On Instagram I did, but I'm working on Siècle Carreau by Ink Circles. Last time I think I showed you that I purchased some floss for that from my local needle workshop. This is pattern number S15. And I made a little start because I was curious to see what the floss would be like to work with. And here's what I got to. I started in the left hand corner, upper left hand corner. And I'm trying to look through the fabric to see. I hope this focused. If not, I'm sorry. But yeah, I really like the colors. I'm really pleased with the variegation. It's not picking every nuance up on the camera, but as you can see, it's at least 3 colors, varying from like a turquoisey blue to a navy blue. I'm doing this on a 35 counts linen, which surprised me highly, but yeah, I'm working on a linen fabric, first time since that disastrous cheesecloth that I used on the mushroom, and it's okay. I'm not having any really big slubs in this fabric. This is a Zweigart fabric. It's called Floba. I'd never heard of it before, but I was looking for 35 count for something, and this is what my online shop offered me for that. It's just a white linen and 35 count, and I'm doing this 1/2. Yeah, so I really like this. And then since the internet was out and I didn't want to do any more housework, I decided to start my latest thing that I wanted to start, which I've shown you, I think, in the previous video, Takapuna Beach. Sorry, the floss is in the way a bit, but which is by Character Creations. I'll leave the information in the description box. And I just started it. I think I've worked on it about an hour or so. And I started in the left hand corner, so nothing much to see. It's on 25 count even weave. I'm doing this 2/1 full cross. I'm just trying to see what that looks like compared to just a 10 stitch. And I started out with a 10 stitch, but I wasn't really pleased with it, so I decided I'm going to do this one full cross. It's not that big a pattern because I'm doing it over 1. I think it's going to be okay, and I'm just trying to see how much I like full cross on this fabric size over 1. And the Vermeer that I did was a 10 stitch on a similar count. So I've already done a full cover piece with that, so this was a good time to try the full crosses. And I'm just starting, and I'm thinking if I'm going to I'm thinking if I'm going to work all the way to the other side of the pattern to see how big it's going to be, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna go along and see what happens. So those are all my whips, and there's not a lot else to share at the moment. Nothing really new going on. I'm still thinking about colors for some new patterns that I got, including Death by Cross Stitch. And I actually just ordered some new frames from Omanic, which will probably arrive late next week, and I might try and video the packaging for you, because I understand that the packaging has changed. So I thought I might do a sort of a little unboxing video, just if I have time next weekend, then I'll do that. What I'm going to do is I'd like to show you my stitchy spot. So I'm just going to pause the camera, and I'm going to pick you up, and I'm just going to show you what it looks like. If you see anything you have questions about that I don't talk about, please leave a comment. That's about it. I'm going to pause now. Well, this is my stitchy spot. I'm trying to keep you as steady as possible, so I hope nobody is getting seasick. This is my stitchy spot. This is a chair that I usually sit in stitching, and it's closest to the window, so that gives me a lot of good light. And you can also see that I use a stand. This is a Stitchmaster stand, and on the table you can see my laptop that I use to watch flosstube while I stitch, or any YouTube actually. Can see if I can, oh yeah, that's my finger. I'm pointing at my lamp. This is a daylight lamp with a magnifier in it. I'm gonna start moving now, so hope nobody gets seasick. And I have to get my frame out of the way. So this is my lamp. I'm middle-aged, guys, so I need better magnification. So this is how it works. It has a light on the top, switch on the top, which, as you can see, magnifies about 2 times. And the lid is to, if you are putting it away and there's sunlight falling on it, if there's a lid on it, then it won't go through, so you're not going to set your house on fire, basically. That's what that is for. But I like this one. It was incredibly cheap, and it's like a desk lamp setting, so it's really easy to move around and adjust to what I like. This one also moves up like this. And I have my needle box on the windowsill, which I showed you before. This has all my bow-end needles. And I keep my highlighters tucked away in the radiator, or what do you call it, heating. And I have, since a while, I use a little box to keep my odds in. This is like this. I throw mine out, by the way, so it's getting full, so I need to empty it again. And I use regular DMC boxes, and what I found is that if I put a needle minder on it, I can actually keep my scissors on it as well, and they won't fall off when I open the lid. So like this, there's a magnet on it. And I always know where my scissors are. I used to keep them on my project, but I find they are very heavy and are comparatively heavy, so I try not to put it on my fabric too much. And this is my box with things from current whips. Like this is my folder for Save the Stitches patterns. These are the booklets from Rico. And these are more boxes with small project flosses in it. So I can just pick that up if I want to work on that project. Don't have to put out all the big DMC boxes. And that's basically my setup. Oh, and I'm going to zoom into my orchid because I'm really proud of them. They are blooming like mad at the moment. And it's actually one of the few plants I'm able to keep alive, so yeah, that's about it. Nothing more to show. So I'll be signing off, back to my regular updates. So that was my stitchy spot, and I showed you all my whip updates, and I don't think I have anything else to say at the moment. So I'll leave you here and wish you happy stitching, and I'll see you next time.